Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube video channel. Today I'm gonna talk about why motivation is a drug, but what you really need is discipline and meaning in life. Just a small disclaimer, I might have some notification popping up from time to time because I'm running a bit of vibe coding project at the side. So what I would say is, let's begin this video. This is the reason why I say motivation is actually a dead end, because it just gives you that dopamine hit, and once you have it, it feels great for the last few hours or maybe days if it's like long enough. But after a while, you're gonna go back to your baseline, and that's where like things starts to crash. So you might be wondering, if things are already crashing or crashed, what is that thing supporting you? And the short answer is, I would say it is discipline and actually meaning. And discipline, yeah, so you want to think of it like an engine, right? So this is the engine that keeps you running, and meaning is the fuel that keeps the engine running. And if you think hard enough, or if you actually understand how things are going, it is that meaning is actually the fuel of or the source to all of this great achievement that you can do in life. So let's work our way backward. That means like, okay, how can I get the motivation, and how do I get the discipline? And the last part of the video, we will be focusing on how we can actually achieve meaning. So if you think about discipline, it's actually a system, and a lot of things that you see around the world is actually a system. We think of corporation as a system, the government is also a system, and the system is a system because it keeps itself running and it can regulate itself, and that's why it is very like self-sustaining, and you just have to build on top of it. So when you want to have like discipline, you're actually building a system. And so instead of you thinking every day like, how do you grab this motivation, what you want to do is to have that discipline that you want to build, and you want to make an identity out of it. So let's say I practice martial arts, and to be specific, it's judo. And in my mind, I need to like keep thinking that I'm already right there, and I need just to do like a lot of cardio work, a lot of techniques to get like the very baseline to sustain that. And also I just need to understand my goal and work my way back to it, and have like a system that makes sure I didn't crash in the beginning. And when you have like discipline, it's just about working the first 15 minutes when you don't even feel like it. And since you already have the identity, the motivation will come in the next 15 minutes. And if you actually do a lot of, like if you work on your goals, you will pretty sure understand what I'm like trying to refer. And I would like highly recommend you to read this book called Atomic Habits. And this is a book that really teaches you on how to build like really good habits. And this is part of the discipline part where I'm like referring. And you can use this book to actually build really good habits. And when you have like the habit, it will actually like drive you towards your goal way easier than actually just focusing on motivation. So coming to the last part of the video, we'll be talking about meaning. So think of it this way. Since I refer in the beginning of the video that meaning is actually the fuel to your engine, and the engine is the one that drives you towards your goal. So that means if you have like infinite fuel, that will be like a really big game changer. So for the meaning part, I will draw a lot of inspiration from the book called, so the book title is called Man's Search for Meaning, and it is a book written by a man called Viktor Frankl, and he actually was placed inside of a concentration camp. When he was placed inside of the camp, he actually do notice something, and that is those who actually possess a really clear purpose for their future were the ones capable of enduring the present. And this is why the meaning of doing something is very crucial, and this is how people are willing to make a lot of sacrifice regardless of the outcome. Think of people who actually went to like wars to actually take another person's life, and in his mind it's like, I'm doing this for my country and I'm willing to sacrifice my life. If I get blown into pieces, it's fine. So this is how strong meaning is, and this is why you should implement it into your regimen. To end this video, do like a good practice. Start asking a small tiny bit of, not what is the meaning of life, because I don't think that is also like a very good question, but I would suggest you to practice something that you want to work on, and put meaning into it. And let's say if you want to be a really good programmer, then you will say like, okay, the meaning to it is that if I can code really well, then I can actually provide for my family, and also if I can code well, and I can contribute something very beneficial to society. So to end this video, thank you a lot. If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Thank you.